They thought they were launching a $50 million hypercar. They didn't know I had already stripped their factory of its legal operational licenses. My former lead engineer didn't look up from his holographic terminal as he waved my security badge away. The prototyping bay is strictly reserved for the Italian design committee, Christian said, meticulously wiping a smudge off the hypercar's carbon fiber fender. The global racing director arrives in 5 minutes. And frankly, Ryan, your grease-stained garage jumpsuit is going to ruin the media launch. Take your tools, exit through the wash bay, and don't let the cameras catch you. The wash bay, his favorite way of reminding me who he thought ran the garage. Beside him, my former aerodynamics chief smirked, casually tossing a handful of industrial solvent onto my hand-drawn chassis sketches. Over by the main glass partition, my ex-fiancée turned her back, laughing with the luxury brand's high society investors as if I didn't exist. A coordinated wall of professional betrayal. No one argued. No one said a word. I didn't lose my temper, and I didn't ruin my sketches by wiping them. I simply rolled up the papers, turned around, and walked out of the roaring, high-tech wind tunnel into the freezing rain. No one called out. No one even checked the project timeline. While Christian spent his media interviews bragging about his revolutionary aerodynamic vision, I was finalizing a massive asset transfer with the Apex Engineering Consortium. 4 years of clinical, silent logistical execution. By the time he booked this high-profile media gala to showcase his new supercar to the global director, my private holding firm had already bought out the underlying design patents and the exclusive testing permits for the entire racing division. An hour later, the grand unveiling reached its climax. Christian was standing under the studio spotlights, holding a velvet cover over the prototype in front of a crowd of flashing news cameras. He was ready to pull the sheet and secure his multi-million-dollar promotion. Suddenly, a flashing security vehicle pulled right up onto the showroom floor. 3 federal transport regulators and the lead commissioner of the global racing circuit stepped out. Christian practically sprinted forward, offering a submissive, frantic handshake. "Welcome, Commissioner. The car is fully prepared. We can sign the factory racing contract right after the reveal." The commissioner didn't take his hand. He didn't even look at the car. The entire international delegation walked straight past him, bypassed my holidays, and marched directly over to the edge of the showroom where I was standing in a clean, dark wool overcoat. The commissioner bowed his head slightly, presenting a black leather document folder. "Good evening, Chief Designer Ryan. The track safety review is finalized. We await your personal authorization stamp before this prototype can legally start its engine." Christian froze mid-smile. The velvet cover slipped from his hand, pooling loosely on the floor. His aerodynamics chief dropped his tablet, the screen shattering instantly against the polished concrete. The arrogant smirk completely vanished from his face, replaced by a pale, hollow stare. For 30 seconds, the entire showroom went completely breathless. Christian stumbled forward, his voice raspy and desperate. "Ryan, what kind of ridiculous prank is this? Why is the international committee taking orders from a garage mechanic? I'm just enforcing the racing regulations," I said, my voice dead calm. I pulled the official transport and safety manifest from my pocket. "The engineering world doesn't care about your VIP press launch. It only cares about whose seal is on the master performance permit." I looked directly into his eyes. "The terms of your testing lease dictate that any team displaying structural negligence or disrespecting technical boundaries faces an immediate ban. Tossing industrial chemicals onto active engineering blueprints 3 hours ago crossed that line." My ex-fiancée rushed forward, her voice trembling over the sound of the camera shutters. "Ryan, please. It was just garage humor to clear the space for the cameras. If the news prints that our car was banned on launch night, the investors will pull out by midnight. Then I suggest you start turning off the workshop lights," I said. "Tomorrow morning at dawn, a regulatory enforcement team will lock the front doors of Christian's facility and place a federal seizure notice on his entire prototype fleet. My old team will finally realize the true cost of the man they sent to the wash bay." But tonight, a far more lethal variable had already been introduced. As my digital diagnostics team downloaded the wind tunnel's automated testing logs, a secure data file flagged by our software arrived on my tablet.